Okay, I guess I'm live again. I'm going to test to see if anybody can hear me. Anyone at all.
I can hear you.
I know you can hear me, but you're in the room with me. I know I didn't. Nobody's in here yet, so I gotta wait for the chat to start filling up with people. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 2 people here. Can you hear me at all? Because nobody could hear me before. Hi, Lindsay. Okay, good. Thankfully. All right, my hair is a mess. I'm sorry. I'm like frazzled because this is what's going on. So I was at work yesterday, and this isn't just going to be about Watts. I'll tell you what's going on with me too. I was at work. I come home. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a nice romantic time with my husband, maybe. And my phone texts me, or tries to call me actually, and warns me that somebody's been trying to call me about 8 times. I see that it's my daughter, and she didn't leave me a message. Well, I think she left me call me. So I'm thinking, what's wrong? This is my eldest daughter. So I call her back. She's like, Mom, I need you to listen. And of course, I interrupt her halfway through because I'm panicked, going, why does she sound like she does on the phone? She's trying to tell me I'm in the hospital. I might be having my ovary removed, and you don't have to come here. Go to Randy's shower. She's having a wedding shower. My daughter's getting married on Saturday, in case you didn't know. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, my daughter's telling me she's going to have a major surgery and not to come to the hospital, to go and be with her sister who's having a wedding shower. Now it's her younger sister, and she's pretty protective of her younger sisters. So I could kind of understand, but there was no way I was just going to go and not check on her at least first. So I hopped in the car. It's only like blocks from my house. Got to the hospital right on time for her to be wheeled into surgery. And they ended up doing exploratory surgery, found out that her ovary was necrotic, which, for those of you that aren't like medically minded, that just means that her fallopian tube wrapped around 4 times around her ovary and cut off oxygen. So it was totally black. My daughter was in excruciating pain. So they had to take out her ovary and her fallopian tube. So be in prayer for her because she wants to have children. That leaves her one healthy ovary, and what we're hoping is the one that was necrotic was giving her the problems of conceiving, and now maybe she can conceive safely and have a baby, hopefully. All right, so anyway, that's what's going on with me. So I'm a little bit frazzled, so I apologize if I don't look fantastic today. Whatever, it is what it is. Now, on the Chris Watts thing, which everybody probably was attracted to the title, come into the room and talk about. I have well, maybe to you it's new information, but I have no definite new information on my end that I haven't heard before. Thank you, Jess. What I have heard is a lady claims that she had found some pictures of a Watts family, and she's asking people, does this look like it could be Chris Watts's relations? I think that was a pretty brilliant way to make a video, get people thinking, and try to maybe figure out if there's some ties here. But honestly, looking at the pictures, I didn't particularly think they looked like Chris Watts, and I think we're kind of guessing at best. Thank you, Georgia. We're trying to guess at best what's going on here. Nobody's talking. As usual with court cases, everything's hush hush, which frustrates the heck out of me. Inquiring minds want to know, and mine is inquiring. I would like to know why. How could you kill these beautiful children? For one thing, I can understand annoying wife. You get irritated, and in the heat of the moment, you choke her out. I get it. Not saying he had a right to do it. I'm just saying I understand people's rage can be that bad. But 2 little innocent children, how could you? Now, again, we don't know definitely that he did it. People are saying, oh, yes, he admitted it, so he did it. But I don't think in the court of law it's been proven fully that he did do it. So, not sure. Bye, Lindsay. Thanks for popping in again and checking my sound for me. I appreciate that. Have a great day at work, by the way. So I don't know. Again, we're speculating. That's all we can do is speculate. There was something else I was going to talk to you about. Oh, the similarity to the Scott Peterson case is uncanny. I was just watching the Scott Peterson videos. They're from a while ago because I think that happened like 2000, early 2000s, I guess. And the similarities are amazing. The fact that he lied through his teeth, he had a duper's delight smirk on his face the whole time, told a total bold-faced lie about the whole thing, then tried to say he was framed, oh, I didn't do it, this person did it. And I don't know if he even claimed to do part of what happened. Like, we know that Chris Watts said he did kill Shanann, but not the children, that she killed the children. It's still that same idea of shifting the blame to get the attention off of them. So, same kind of thing. I'm trying to think, there were other similarities too. I mean, they almost look alike. I'm not saying they physically look completely alike, but they got those shifty eyes. And, oh, no problem, Georgette. There's plenty to listen to on this one. I've been on this case for a while. Just looking at their eyes. I mean, Chris Watts, I do think something happened. Thank you, Naisha and Aaron's dramatic bombshell. Thanks for being here. I do think something happened along the way. But it could be that he's narcissistic, and that's what they do. They start out whining and dining you, and then after a while, the mask comes off and the evil comes out. That could be what happened. Or on the flip side, maybe he wasn't, and maybe something in his marriage caused him to get angry. I don't know. We didn't live with them, so we don't really know. But I do know, looking at his eyes now versus looking at them before he got married, sometimes there's a difference in his eyes. To me, overall, his eyes look evil now. Cold, angry that he got found out, bitter, evil, whatever. His eyes look creepy to me. And in the beginning, like even in his younger pictures, there were some of those pictures where his eyes looked weird. Eyes are the windows to the soul, no matter what anybody says. The eyes, it's in the eyes. Yeah, I don't know, Naisha and Aaron's dramatic bombshell. I don't know what to think of the whole thing. I really don't. That's why I just keep tossing out these possible scenarios. And again, my opinion of Shanann has nothing to do with whether he had a right to kill them, because nobody does. But I still think there was definitely stuff going on with her that wasn't on the up and up, as far as the way she was treating her children, her husband. Her whole life was way too focused on the wrong stuff. And I think maybe somebody should have gotten in there and said something to her, but they didn't on time or something. And unfortunately, this was the result. It's sad. Yeah, he was having an affair. Scott Peterson was. Yeah, thank you. That was the other thing. Chris Watts and Scott Peterson were both having affairs. They were both still having the affairs while the murders were going on. No, it's not, Gossip Girl. I never said it was. Not saying anything justifies murder, except self-defense in some cases. I'm saying I understand rage that bad that you kill somebody. It happens all the time. I mean, look at gang members. They get angry, they get full of rage, they kill somebody. Did it justify the murder? No. But from a gang member's point of view, that's part of what they do. They take revenge when they get angry. So that I understand. I'm not saying it justifies it, because nothing does. Yeah, no, I get you. I hear you, Gossip Girl. I get where you're coming from. So yeah, Scott Peterson was having an affair with Amber Fry, I believe her name was. And Chris Watts was having an affair with somebody, we don't know her name, or maybe somebody does, and you can type that in, because I haven't seen or heard anything about who the person was he was in the affair with. Most people that I talk to, I guess you would call them anti-Shanann people, anti-Shanannites, would say that she drove him to it, that she just was so controlling. He probably found a woman that wasn't as controlling, that would let him have a word in edgewise, and that's why that happened. I'm just telling you what I believe, what I surmise. Oh, okay, Naisha. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure. I just try to list everybody by their names, unless they're like offensive, then I try to get them out of the room or out of the area. Anyway, so yeah, that's some of the similarities. There's definite similarities between the two of them. There's more besides that. Oh, the fact that they both went to the commemoration funeral memorial thing, and were both. I think they were both on the phone with somebody at the time during those situations. Now, the interesting thing is, Chris Watts probably knew about the Scott Peterson situation, so maybe he patterned everything that he did in a similar way. Because, if he is a killer, serial killer, psychopath, sociopath, whatever you want to call him, they study other people and they do study other killers. So it would not surprise me if he purposely staged everything after he murdered them, if he did, to do everything very similar to the way Scott Peterson did. Because you saw how long Scott Peterson was getting away with stuff. He probably thought, well, it worked for Scott. Why not try that? If it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. Just again, my surmising of the situation. Saw them like a piece of hair. He just got rid of it. Yeah, if he murdered them, for sure, that's what he did. And I'm not saying he didn't or he did. I don't know. Oh, the name of the mistress was released. Okay. Well, I would like to find out what that name is and do some research on that as well. Um, no, it's fine, Nisha. No big deal. It's no big deal either way. I mean, sadly, we can't bring Shanann back. That breaks my heart because I really would have liked to talk to her, maybe interviewed her on a video about her baby wise techniques or about some of the videos I've seen and how she treated her kids and her husband, shooting her daughters in the face with a squirt gun, um, telling her husband, I don't want to video you. I don't want a video of you. See, I don't get that because, I mean, if my husband was in the way of a video, I probably would say, honey, I'm trying to get this shot or I'm trying to film this or whatever. I wouldn't say, I don't want a video of you. That's rude and mean to somebody you love. You don't talk like that. My husband would smack me, not literally. He'd probably playfully go, what? What are you talking about? We playfully tap each other and stuff. We don't beat each other. Oh, Nicole. Okay, gotcha. Um, I don't understand that. And if my kids were like screaming and kind of giggle screaming, but acting like they were scared of the squirt gun and shaking their hands like this, like get it away from me, I would have stopped. I wouldn't have kept laughing and squirting them in the face. Something's wrong there. Something's really, really wrong. Thanks, Naisha. I appreciate that. Naisha's gonna find the last name of Chris's lover, lust buddy, I call him. Because I don't believe you love somebody if you're cheating on them to cheat on your wife. Call them lust buddies. Um, I hear you, gossip, but I think it went way beyond just being rude. Nicole Kessinger. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rumpelstiltskin. And thanks, Naisha, for trying to find that name. I'll do some studies and maybe follow up regarding that if I hear anything about her. I'll talk about that maybe on another video. I don't know. The wedding's getting closer, so like I told you, I was gonna really try to stay off of here, but maybe I'm a little addicted to videos and talking to all of you and seeing your names pop up and feeling like somebody out there is out there listening. Did any of you sign up for Paltalk at all? So that you guys can talk too, not just me? Oh, yeah, you have Rumpelstiltskin. I'm sorry. Short-term memory problems. With this wedding coming up, I probably wasn't even paying full attention to everything that was in text. It goes pretty fast sometimes, so I apologize about that. And thanks for coming back, Rumpelstiltskin. I know you and I have disagreed on some things, and I'm cool with us disagreeing. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I will. Being that you didn't hear this before you came in here, my eldest daughter, who was part of the wedding, one of the bridesmaids, of course, because it's her sister getting married, is in the hospital, just had an ovary removed yesterday. So, yeah, things are getting very interesting. One of the other people in the wedding party is sick. Um, we're hoping everybody's going to be okay for the wedding on Saturday, but right now, things seem to be falling apart, one thing after the other. Yeah. Well, it's weddings for you. I really think I haven't heard of any wedding where something crazy did not happen. It just seems to be that way. So, yeah, I know, Gossip Girl. Me too. It just when I watch the videos of those little girls, and I do it because they are so precious, and I think their memories should stay alive. I think all of their memories should stay alive. I mean, I don't think Shanann was an evil person. I think she was very misled in a lot of ways. Many of us could be misled. She's not alone in that. But the little girls especially just tugged on my heartstrings. Every time I watch those videos of them giggling and playing together and especially playing with each other, it just tugs at my heartstrings really bad. And from what I heard, there is another thing I wanted to add. They interviewed one of Shanann's past drama teachers, I guess, or theater teachers or whatever. He said she was a wonderful person, always helping behind the scenes with everybody. It doesn't make her a bad person because she was using some techniques that I wouldn't do and most people I talk to would not use. She thought she was doing the right thing. She had a good heart. She had every good intention. I have seen videos where she's more nurturing towards her children than on others. Could have just been the moment that she happened to catch on camera. I don't know. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She's not here, obviously, to defend herself. Somebody made that point of view. And I'm not trying to attack. I'm trying to say what I think of behaviors that I've seen. It would be with Shanann or anybody I saw those behaviors in. It just happens to be that we're talking about her. So, yeah. Anyhow, I don't know. I was just thinking about the Scott Peterson case, and there's another Peterson too that was crooked and killed his wife. Oh, both wives were pregnant. That was the other thing. I know Shanann was pregnant, like in a younger stage of her pregnancy, but nonetheless, they saw nothing wrong with killing pregnant women. If Chris did it, uh, there was just so many similarities. Really, there really was, and just how everything played out was so similar, and the body language was similar, and the reactions were similar. So it was just really wild. Um, so anyhow, well, okay, Gossip Girl, you said she probably thought schedule was good because kids needed structure. I agree. Kids need structure, schedules are good. However, you don't leave a newborn baby crying for 2 hours and ignore them and pick them up and not cuddle them and not do whatever you do with newborn babies. That's just odd and disturbing. Um, Honestly, that often has been linked to narcissism. When babies are neglected and not fully allowed to bond the way the baby wants to bond, that does cause narcissistic tendencies. Because what that's telling the baby is, you can scream all you want. I'm not picking you up. It's not going to happen. You're just going to cry until you're cried out and you fall asleep. That baby learns that she can't depend on anybody but herself. And that's when those babies form false images of themselves many times. So that's a form of neglect that can cause narcissistic behaviors in people, just saying. Exactly, gossip. And she wasn't meeting the needs right away. Not just newborns, toddlers. I mean, her youngest child was 3. That's still a baby in my book. We used to say kindergarten babies, first grade tots, second grade angels, third grade snots. This little goofy poem that we said. I'm from Buffalo, New York, so we had weird things we said when we were kids. Fact is, kindergarten babies, we still saw kindergartners babies at 5 years old. So, hi, Gia. Welcome back. Everybody's so used to me popping on YouTube, but I can't hear from anybody else. So that's why I wanted to do this on Paltalk. So right now, if you want to join me and be able to talk yourself and be heard, because I would love to hear from you guys, I am going to again type in the Paltalk information. I would like you right now, before I say anything else, to go here, download Paltalk, get yourself a screen name, and join me on there, please. There it is, paltalk.com. Go download it right now, everybody. Please. Yes, I did see you put her name down. Nicole Kessinger. So, that's that's the link I want you to go click on, please. If you want to join me and be able to be heard. And then I'm DelusionDispeller on there, just so you know. I'm not sure if there's a space between it or not. But what you're going to do is when you get on there, which let me see if it's open. I'm going to see. How about we just transfer to the room right now? That way we'll know we can get on there. Hang on. I'm going to, if this thing will let me. Everything's freezing. Ugh. Because I have something else open here. I have too much. Try to close some of these screens. Paltalk is taking a lot of doing. Okay, weird. Why can't she get there? You should be able to get there. You got to download it.